Conservative New Media viewers, we covered the inauguration and Donald Trump's inauguration speech earlier today, so we certainly encourage you to go and check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. Now we want to talk about the protests that are taking place in Washington, D.C. in particular, but in various places around the country as well, kind of protesting Donald Trump's inauguration and his ideas and so on and so forth. And I want to give you 3 reasons why I think this is going to end up actually helping Donald Trump rather than hurting him. The first reason is that it will remind people why they voted for Donald Trump in the first place. There has been a sense building throughout the nation over the last, I don't know how many months. There's been disrespect of law enforcement officers. There's been kind of a sense that protests are just kind of perhaps getting a little bit out of hand. Not that there aren't real issues, not that there aren't things that need to be addressed. However, there's kind of a line between what is acceptable or what is productive and what is not productive. I think that many people in the United States feel that some of that things recently have kind of crossed that line or gone a little bit too far. So the first thing is that people will be reminded why it was in part that they voted for Donald Trump in the first place. If you remember, Trump mentioned throughout his campaign, particularly in the latter stages of the campaign, I think, that he was kind of the law and order candidate. He was the guy that was going to bring back kind of order, so to speak. It reminded me of what Rudy Giuliani did when he was running for the mayor of New York City. Number 2 of why I think this is going to end up helping Donald Trump is the protest, at least part of what I've seen reported today, are kind of counterproductive. And what I mean by that is you're seeing destruction of property. Like I think a Starbucks in Washington, D.C. was trashed, and like this large limo had its windows knocked out. So I think the protesters are kind of hurting themselves and their movement and their message. Protests are designed to send out good images, send out the images and the intent that you want people to pick up on and to get. If people are seeing things just wantonly destroyed and your message is that you oppose Donald Trump, that might not be the best way to accomplish what you're trying to do. And so rather than pulling people into your movement, you're pushing them away with your methods. So I'm not sure that the strategy that's being employed here is the one that is most conducive to helping out the protesters. And that's the second reason why I think this will end up helping new President Donald J. Trump. The third and final reason why I think this is going to end up helping Trump, these protests, is because they're unfair. And what I mean by that is President Trump just took office. He hasn't done anything yet, or he's done very, very little yet. Sure, you can be upset and you can react to what his campaign was based upon and what he said, but doing is not the same as saying. Many things are discussed and stated during a campaign, but that isn't actually what people end up doing. In other words, you're more likely to have people believe you or go along with your movement if they feel that your critiques are justified. There's nothing to justify right now. Nothing has occurred. You can say, oh, Donald Trump said this, or he did that, or he said this during the campaign. That's fine. That's not the same thing as protesting him as the President of the United States. So for those 3 reasons, I think that people are going to kind of push away from the protesters or be repelled by the protesters and swing more towards President Trump. They will be reminded of why they voted for him in the first place. They will be put off by the tactics of the protesters, and they will find the protests themselves fundamentally unfair seen as how President Trump has yet to really do anything meaningful in office. That's what we think here at Conservative New Media. What do you think? You tell me, tell us what you think about the protest down in the comments below. Once again, I am PFE Paul F. Villarreal. Thanks a lot for watching Conservative New Media. We'll see you again next time.